Tinawag na sarsuela lang ni Senator Chis Escudero ang investigasyon ng Kamara sa flood control scandal. Kunin natin ang sagot dito ng co-chair ng House Infrastructure Committee na si Bicol Saro Party List Representative Terry Ridon. Congressman Ridon, magandang gabi po sa inyo.
Gabi, maraming salamat po sa pagtawag.
You're welcome, sir. Ano po ang inyong reaksyon dito sa sinabi ni Senator Chis Escudero na sarsuela lang ito, script ni dating Speaker Martin Romualdez para ilihis yung issue mula sa mga congressman at dalin sa mga senador?
Well, una sa lahat, hindi ko maintindihan kung ano yung pinagsasabi ni Senator Chis. No? Kasi una sa lahat, walang script yung House Infrastructure Committee laban sa kanya or kung sino man ng senador. Kasi kung meron ng script, sa totoo lang, dapat sinalang na ho namin agad si Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo na talaga nagtuturo doon sa kanya pong kaibigan na si Maynard Wu na pinagbagsakan daw po ng kickback para sa flood control projects. No? So, yun yung una. Pangalawa, hindi na namin pinagplanuhan yung pong pagsasalita ni Bryce Fernandez kasi second hearing na po eh. Sinalang po si Bryce na nagtuturo po doon sa dalawang senador na sangkot po sa Bulacan na flood control corruption scandal. No? So dapat sa unang-una pa lang ho, sinalang na ho namin sila pero hindi ho namin yung ginawa. At nagrereklamo si Senator Chis. No? Sabi niya, yun daw ho campaign donation daw ni Lawrence Lubiano. Lahat naman daw, meron daw pong gano'n. Pero kailangan din ho natin magiging. Kung meron pong script, ang sinasabi niya ba, si Congressman Chel Jokno, premyadong abogado, mataas ang integridad sa publiko kasama sa script na ganito? Tingin ko po hindi. Kaya ang pagtingin namin nakakatawa at hindi po kapanipaniwala yung binabanggit po ni Senator Chis.
Balikan ko lang, Congressman Redon, yung una niyong sinabi. Kung ganun din, sabi niyo, isa sa dapat na una niyong ginawa ay imbitahan si Yusek Bernardo. Why didn't you invite him siguro at the first or the second hearing?
Well, una sa lahat, ano ho yan? It's an unraveling of the witnesses eh. Di ba? So, you have to go to the first witness na talagang magbibigay ng mga salaysay. And yung talagang pinagsimulan ho niyan, sina Bryce Hernandez, JP Mendoza, Henry Alcantara. No? So, kumbaga, there was no reason at that point on the second hearing na isa lang pa po si Undersecretary Bernardo. Yung trigger naman po for him to be able to speak in the Blue Ribbon Committee was not our hearing, but it was the confession of Henry Alcantara in that Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. So, kumbaga, there was no reason for him to be invited to our proceedings at that point.
Dahil hindi pa nababanggit talaga yung pangalan ni Yusek Bernardo doon sa inyong pagdinig. Ilan ho yung naging pagdinig sa House?
Sorry, pakiulit po, ma'am.
Ilan po ang naging pagdinig ninyo
dalawa
sa infra?
po. Dalawa po
lang
yung
po.
pagdinig.
Yes. And I do recall, Congressman, na nag-usap po tayo. Bakit ho hindi nagkaroon ng follow-up ang inyong hearing?
Well, ito po ay sinuspindi na ho namin dahil tumatakbo na ho yung ICI eh. No? So, indefinitely suspended na po ito to give way to a full and impartial proceedings po of the Independent Commission for Infrastructure.
Right. But I do recall that wala pang ICI noon. Wala pang desisyon noon na itigil yung inyong infra committee hearing. Pero nagtagal po eh. Nung tinanong ko po kayo, kailan ang susunod na hearing, ang sabi niyo wala pa. It took about, I don't know, this is not very specific, sir, but maybe 7 to 10 days thereafter na mabuo ang ICI. Bakit ho hindi ninyo kaagad isinunod yung pangatlong hearing?
Well, ang totoo, syempre, nagbubuo din ho kami pa ng mga ebidensya, dokumento, like what you were stating, and in our conversation also, parang we were wrapping up Bulacan and we were going to new areas already like Benguete and Rocknetting. So we had to be able to complete all the documentation. Pero syempre, it was a continuing conversation with the committee chairs on making a decision kung magtutuloy ba tayo o hindi. Lalo tigit at that point, like I think as last week, talagang tumatakbo na ho, nagpapatawag na ho ng mga witnesses and resource persons yung po ICI. So,
yung sa Bulacan, Congressman, yung sinabi niyo po sa Bulacan, ano po? Kasi pwede hong magsanga-sana yon na ipatawag din yung mga congressman doon sa Bulacan. Di ho ba 6 or 7 districts of Bulacan? So that malalaman natin kung sila nga ba ay proponent, ano ang kanilang naging parte dito sa tinawag ni Senator Ping Lacson na most notorious sa flood control province.
Tama po yun, pero to be very clear, yung pong pangalan ng mga kongresista po, yung tatlong mga kongresista, hindi po yan nabanggit during our proceedings eh. Nabanggit po yan sa Blue Ribbon, not in our proceedings. No? And we were very focused on yung ano po talaga, yung ghost projects firstly, and second, yung pong mga binabanggit po na talaga po nga bigayan po ng napakaraming pera dito po sa mga tao po ng DPWH.
Sapat na ho ba para sa inyo yung pagbibitiw ni Zaldico?
Well, I think, syempre, it's the first step, yung pong pag-alis niya ho sa Kongreso. Pero pangalawa, at I think ito naman yung sinasabi ng Kongreso at kahit po ng palasyo ngayong araw na ito, former Congressman Zaldico will still have to face all the charges and cases that will be filed against him in the Philippines. No? So, however that will be, no, inaantay din ho natin kung paano ho yung pagtakbo talaga ng DOJ, NBI, Ombudsman filing against him. Particularly related po, yung sa binabanggit ko, I think kahapon, doon po sa mga Mindoro, substandard projects allegedly.
Oriental Mindoro. Sir, did you think that babalik ho si Congressman Zaldico dito sa Pilipinas? Because I do recall you were saying that inimbitahan na po ng komite si Congressman Zaldico. I do recall when we talked about 3, 4 days, 5 days prior to our conversation. Did you think may plano pa siyang bumalik? Did you think he was going to resign, sir?
No, I didn't expect that he would resign, no? Kasi siyempre, by resigning, he would lose the protection of the House. Hindi ba? Ibig sabihin, like what Senator Lacson had stated already today, I think, he has lost yung pong privilege po na interparliamentary courtesy. So, ibig sabihin, he will be asked to actually attend. If he fails to attend, then a subpoena will be issued against him. No, so we will see how that will actually be undertaken. Kasi parang ang status na ho niya talaga, basically, hindi na ho siya member of the House. No? So yung courtesies will not be implemented on him anymore.
Do you think he's going to come home and face the charges against him once they are filed?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. I haven't seen him for some time. No? So I can only base on what he had stated that he has an intent to return. So as to the timeline for that, I'm not quite certain as to when that will be.
And dito po sa kanyang pag-resign, diyan po sa House of Representatives, does this somehow, makakatulong ho kaya ito dito sa mga nagiging akusasyon laban sa kanya na parte ng Kongreso na posibleng yung buong Kongreso ay na-damage o naapektuhan dahil sa mga akusasyon laban kay Congressman Zaldico?
Well, siyempre, I think it's one step forward, no, to restoring trust to both houses of Congress. Pero I think what is most important for the public at this point is for actual personalities to face charges. So may makasuhan po talaga at may mapanagot po rito. So I think ang bola ay nasa ICI, ang bola po ay nasa mga law enforcement agencies na po natin at this point as to how they will actually file airtight cases against all the personalities
tamaan na po
involved.
kung sinong dapat tamaan.
I think yung most talaga yung pinaka, and to be very fair to the Senate po, sila ho yung nag-unravel nung hindi legislator po yung involved. Yung pong within the executive kickbacks, hindi ba? So yan po yung I think binabantayan din po ng mga kababayan natin, yung pong intervention po nung isang Department of Education Undersecretary and talking to Undersecretary Bernardo for a 15% kickbacks on unprogrammed appropriations. No? So I think that is something that we had never seen that. So hats off to Senator Lacson for this.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras. Bicol, Saro, Party List Representative Terry Redon.